Right, well, F1 fishing's become a massive part of our UK fishing now, and whilst I don't come across those types of venues very often, it's one of the greatest things about F1 fishing. What's come from it is the actual mixers and the baits that have evolved from that sort of fishing. One of the key ground baits that's been used over the last year now is F1. This is a mix I've been using for a year now, and a year on I can safely say that it's tried and tested. Very, very popular now, you know, across all sorts of venues. I've had quite a lot of success on natural venues with this, as well as commercials, and that means it's fantastic. It means you can keep it in your bag. It means you're not going through a vast array of mixers all the time. It's great to have a mix that you're confident on a variety of venues. It's ground expander pellet, so as you can imagine, it can take on quite a bit of water. So when you're mixing it, just be a bit patient with it. But I mean, I've only just mixed that up, but you can see the colour of it there. It's a lovely dark brown colour. I mean, I think that's great. And on the vast majority of the time, I use this purely how it is there, 100% mix of that. I'm happy with that colour on clear water venues, both natural and commercial. And especially for my bream and skimmer fishing, it's been fantastic to use. I've also used it fishing for F1s as well. I like to fish with it with a small sprinkling of it on micro pellets in a pellet feeder or on a method feeder I've caught at Boston Lakes, in both qualifiers with this particular mix. And it's really been a nice versatile mix. It's brilliant. I'm looking forward to using it again this year. It's not the strongest smelling fish meal mix you'll come across, but that's why we have additives like Special G. There's Special G Green, Special G Gold, and that will give any mix that you've got a fish meal boost if you feel you need it. So you can add just whatever percentage you feel of that to a mix like that, and that'll increase the fish meal content if you feel that's what you need. On some venues where small fish can be a problem and you want to target bigger fish, the fish meal content can make a massive difference. More cereal based mixes tend to catch a smaller fish on certain venues, and if you want to stay away from that, if you want to be more selective in the fish that you're targeting, this is a fantastic mix with a little kick of that. And because it's already a dark mix, you don't have to mess about. If you're a fan of darker mixes, especially in clear water like a lot of people are, you don't have to change it. And obviously if you darken that, wetten that even more, it's going to go a little bit darker. So it's a great mix. I'm going to be using it all year again. I know I am. I always put it through a sieve afterwards. That's just a little tip, but I do that with all my mixes anyway. And it's also been very good this winter because, as you can see, it's a very fine mix, so there's not a massive amount of feed in there, so you can really control what you're actually giving the fish just through the the bits of free bait, maggot, caster, pinky, whatever you're feeding through the feeder. You can regulate exactly what you're giving them. So it's a brilliant mix. I mean, give it a try. If not, I mean, like I say, it's just something that it's something that you can carry all the time with you, and it can work on a wide variety of venues.